You have money in the bank, more than most people your age, more than your parents ever had. You've done everything right, worked when other people were spending, said no when everyone else said yes, and it paid off. The money is there, but you can't spend it. Not won't. Can't. You stand in a store holding something that costs $30 and your chest gets tight. You make $80,000 a year. $30 is nothing. You know that. But your hands put it back anyway. You walk out. And then you think about that stupid $30 thing for a week. You check your bank account before breakfast, after lunch, before bed, sometimes at 2 a.m. Nothing changed. Nothing ever changes. But you need to see the number. You need to know it's still there. Like checking if your front door is locked. You know it's locked. You locked it yourself. But you check anyway. You go to dinner with friends, and you already know what you're ordering before you sit down. It's not what you want. It's what costs the least. And when someone at the table orders a $42 steak without blinking, something inside you breaks a little. Not jealousy. Something stranger. Almost like, how are you not terrified right now? You're still using the cracked phone case. Same shoes from 3 years ago. Same jacket with the broken zipper. You could replace all of it tomorrow without even denting your savings. But throwing away something that still technically works feels like a crime you can't name. And you have a number in your head. A number that means safe. You've never said it out loud, but you know exactly what it is. 10,000 wasn't enough, so it became 50. 50 became 100. 100 became 250. And now you're sitting on more money than you ever imagined. And you still don't feel safe. The finish line keeps moving. And the peace you were promised for being so disciplined, it never shows up. So, what's wrong with you? Nothing. But something did happen to you. You probably don't remember it clearly, but your body does. A psychologist named Brad Klontz discovered something he calls money scripts. Beliefs about money that get burned into your brain when you're a kid. Before you know what rent means. Before anyone explains that money is just paper. These beliefs don't ask permission. They just move in, and they run behind every financial decision you make for the rest of your life, like software you never downloaded but can't uninstall. Yours is called money vigilance, and it sounds like a whisper that never stops. Don't spend that. You might need it. What if something happens? What if? You know exactly where it came from. Maybe your parents fought about money? You remember the kitchen? Your dad's voice getting sharp. Your mom going quiet in a way that was worse than yelling. You were 7. You didn't understand mortgage rates, but you understood that money turned the two people you loved most into strangers. Or maybe nobody fought. Maybe the lights got shut off one day, just once. You came home and flipped the switch and nothing happened, and you saw your mother's face. And something inside you made a promise you don't even remember making. This will never happen to me. Or maybe it was just a phrase. We can't afford that. You heard it at the grocery store at Christmas, at the mall when your friends were getting new sneakers, and eventually you stopped asking. Not because you stopped wanting things. You just learned that wanting was something you weren't allowed to do. So your brain did something brilliant. Your scared 7-year-old brain built a wall. And that wall is your savings account. Every dollar you put in is a brick. Every time you denied yourself something, every time you said, I don't need it, when you absolutely did, you added another layer between you and that kid who heard the lights click off. That's why spending feels the way it does. You're not buying a shirt. You're pulling a brick out of your own wall. Your amygdala, the part of your brain that screams when it senses danger, can't tell the difference between a real threat and a $30 purchase. Same cortisol, same tight chest, same urge to walk away. You're not being cheap. Your nervous system is protecting you from something that happened 25 years ago. It just never got the update that the danger is over. Now here's the part that hurts. The thing that kept you safe as a kid is stealing your life as an adult. How many trips have you priced out and never booked? How many times have you said maybe next year? How many times have you bought the worst version of something to save $40 and spent 3 years regretting it? You work 50, 60 hours a week. You sacrifice constantly. And then you go home to the cracked phone case and the broken zipper, and you tell yourself it's discipline. But at 2 a.m, when it's just you and the truth, you know it's not discipline. It's fear. It was always fear. And you learned it from someone you love. Think about your dad. Did he ever buy himself anything? Or did he give everything to the family and keep nothing? You watched that at 5, 6, 7 years old, and your brain recorded it as, this is what a good person does. Think about your mom. Did she walk through stores touching things she wanted and putting every single one back? Did she say, I'm fine, I don't need anything every Christmas? You believed her. She wasn't fine. She was running the same script her parents gave her. And now it's yours. You flinch when the check comes. You feel guilt when a package arrives. The script passed from their hands to yours. Not through words. Through flinches. Through silence. That is not what you worked this hard for. You're not broken. You're not cheap. You built the smartest survival system a scared kid could build. And it worked. Look at your account. It worked. But you're not 7 anymore. The lights aren't going to shut off. Nobody's fighting in the kitchen. You made sure of that. You spent 20 years making sure. The promise you made when you were too young to even understand what a promise was. You kept it. So this week, buy the good version. Book the flight. Order what you actually want. And when the guilt shows up, you look at it and say, I know where you come from. But I'm not that kid anymore. You didn't save all that money to never live. You saved it so you could. So start. If this felt like someone reading your diary, send it to the one person who needs it. Subscribe. Every week, we go deep into the things you feel, but never talk about. I'll see you in the next one.